If you're over 60, low testosterone isn't just a sign of aging, it's often a failure of cellular communication driven by inflammation and nutrient gaps. This slowdown accelerates aging. Forget the expensive, unproven supplements for a moment. We are going to rebuild the core machine using 10 foods you can buy today. We cut through the myths and focus on one major hormonal enemy, the aromatase enzyme. This enzyme actively steals your free testosterone and converts it into estrogen. It is the primary thief in the system. This entire guide focuses on neutralizing that thief. We will show you the one common vegetable that stops this conversion cold. But first, we must fix the underlying deficiencies that make you vulnerable. Aging successfully means protection and smart nutrition. We must shield your existing T from external factors, like chronic inflammation, and protect the output your body still generates. If managing your energy, improving your body composition, and maintaining mental sharpness are priorities, this specific information is for you. We provide only specific, practical, science-backed solutions. If you find clarity and actionable guidance useful, subscribe to the channel now. We are committed to delivering only evidence-based longevity strategies to your feed. Let's begin with the first critical nutrient, which deals directly with the taxi service that binds up your T, Sex Hormone-Binding Globulin. Food 1, the foundation nutrient, dark leafy greens. Our first food is spinach and other dark leafy greens. The key nutrient is magnesium. You use magnesium for sleep and muscle function, but its role in hormonal health is pivotal. As men age, the body increases production of SHBG. Think of SHBG like a delivery taxi that traps testosterone. Once T is bound inside this globulin, it is hormonally inactive. We call this bound T, and it cannot activate receptors in your brain or muscle tissue. Magnesium is essential because it binds to SHBG itself. When magnesium occupies that binding site, it frees up the testosterone. This liberated hormone, called free T, is the active form that drives vitality and energy. Why are most men deficient in this critical nutrient? Soil depletion and common prescription drugs interfere with magnesium absorption. Simply adding 2 servings of magnesium-rich greens like spinach or chard daily can significantly help increase your available free T. Remember, eat them slightly crisp or raw. Overcooking reduces the nutrient value. Start tracking your magnesium intake today. Food 2, the zinc factor, oysters and seeds. Next, we address zinc, found in abundance in oysters, and accessible alternatives like pumpkin seeds. Zinc supports the Leydig cells, the small factories inside the testes that produce testosterone. More critically, zinc supports the signaling system that starts T production, the HPG axis. This communication loop between your brain and the testes uses luteinizing hormone, or LH, as its messenger. Zinc is absolutely essential for strong LH signaling. But does zinc actually signal your brain to start production? Yes. When zinc levels drop, LH signaling weakens and T output slows. Zinc deficiency is common for older men because absorption declines over time. Pumpkin seeds offer a potent and reliable dose of bioavailable zinc. Zinc delivers a powerful secondary benefit. It is strongly linked to deeper, more efficient sleep. Because the majority of testosterone is synthesized during deep sleep, improving your rest directly boosts T output. When you consume zinc-rich foods, you fuel the T factories and optimize their working hours. Aim for a zinc-rich snack daily, perhaps a handful of pumpkin seeds in the evening. Food 3, essential fatty acids, the inflammation controllers. Our third category focuses on essential fatty fish, such as salmon, sardines, and mackerel. We are targeting omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA.
Testosterone production stalls when chronic inflammation rises. Inflammation acts like internal friction, disrupting the cellular machinery responsible for hormone synthesis. Inflammation typically spikes as we age due to diet, stress, and accumulated physical wear. Omega-3s are powerful anti-inflammatory agents. They stabilize cell membranes, including those of the T-producing cells, allowing them to function optimally in a clean environment. Research indicates that men with high omega-3 status often show lower systemic inflammation and better hormonal profiles. But what makes these fats better than any supplement you might buy? It's the synergistic effect of the whole food. Furthermore, these fats improve cardiovascular health. Efficient blood flow ensures that the raw materials needed for T synthesis are delivered smoothly, and the finished hormone circulates effectively. Target 2 servings of cold water fatty fish per week. Food 4. The T-protecting spice, garlic. Our fourth food is the surprisingly potent garlic. We know garlic benefits the heart and immune system, but its hormonal role centers on stress management. The crucial compound in garlic is diel disulfide. This compound helps modulate cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone. Cortisol is the ultimate competitor. When you are stressed, mentally, physically, or nutritionally, cortisol levels spike. Cortisol binds to the very same cellular receptors that testosterone needs to activate. If cortisol occupies the receptor site first, your T is blocked, rendering it useless. Garlic helps keep cortisol in check. By modulating the stress response, it clears those receptor sites, ensuring the testosterone you already make is utilized efficiently. It acts as a shield, protecting your usable T from degradation. How can this common kitchen ingredient manage the stress hormone that is actively stealing your T? It's about biochemical signaling, not brute force. Consistency is key. Adding garlic to healthy cooking daily, especially when paired with healthy fats, is a small habit that yields significant hormonal protection. Food 5. Anti-estrogenic power, cruciferous vegetables. We now close our first critical loop and address the aromatase enzyme directly. The vegetable that fights this conversion is the cruciferous family: broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, and cabbage. Aromatase is the enzyme that converts your testosterone into estrogen, a process that becomes overly aggressive as men age. This excessive conversion causes symptoms like low energy and stubborn fat accumulation, particularly in the midsection. Cruciferous vegetables contain indole 3-carbinol, or I3C. I3C is a powerful compound that works in the liver. It helps the liver break down and eliminate excessive estrogen metabolites. It essentially cleans up the system, ensuring these processed estrogen compounds leave the body promptly. But why does your liver need help dealing with this hormone? Because estrogen metabolites can recycle and remain hormonally active if the liver doesn't process them quickly enough. By promoting the efficient clearance of estrogen, I3C shifts the hormonal balance back toward testosterone dominance. You reduce the opposing hormone and prevent the active loss of the T you possess. This makes these vegetables non-negotiable for serious hormonal management. For maximum benefit, lightly steam or roast them. Aim for at least 1 large serving daily. Food 6. The cholesterol myth: egg yolks. For too long, the egg yolk was unfairly vilified due to cholesterol. Our 6th food is the whole egg. Cholesterol is the foundational precursor molecule for testosterone. Your body cannot manufacture T without cholesterol. It serves as the raw material that enters the assembly line, converted first into pregnenolone, then into DHA, and finally into testosterone. If your diet lacks sufficient healthy cholesterol, the entire production process starves.
Why did decades of health advice tell us to ignore this vital T precursor? Because the connection between dietary cholesterol and blood cholesterol was misunderstood for years. For most healthy individuals, eating whole eggs does not negatively impact heart health, but does provide crucial support for hormone synthesis.
Egg yolks also provide essential vitamin D and choline, supporting both hormone status and brain health. Stop ordering the egg white omelets. Incorporate the whole egg back into your diet to ensure the raw materials for tea synthesis are consistently supplied. Food 7. The mineral missing in modern diets. Brazil nuts. Next, we look at the tiny, powerful Brazil nut. Our focus here is the trace mineral selenium. Selenium is absolutely critical because of its role in thyroid health. The thyroid gland controls metabolism, energy, and overall hormonal equilibrium. If the thyroid is sluggish, a frequent occurrence as we age, the entire hormonal system is disrupted, including T production. Selenium helps the thyroid efficiently convert inactive T4 hormone into the active T3 hormone. When thyroid function improves, the entire metabolic environment becomes more favorable for producing steroid hormones. But how does a tiny nut influence the hormone that controls your entire metabolism? Through highly concentrated trace mineral delivery. Brazil nuts are extremely potent. You must be cautious not to consume too many, as excessive selenium can be toxic. Research suggests that just 2 to 3 Brazil nuts per day provide a sufficient, reliable dose of selenium to support healthy thyroid function without risk of overload. This is a small, consistent daily requirement. Food 8. Vitamin D activation, dairy, and fortified juices. Our 8th food category focuses on vitamin D, found in fortified milk, certain mushrooms, and fortified orange juice. Vitamin D functions like a steroid hormone itself, and its receptors are located directly on the Leydig cells in the testes. It acts as a signaling agent, helping initiate T production. The main issue for older men is not just intake, but utilization. If you take a vitamin D supplement, are you absorbing it correctly? Vitamin D is fat-soluble. To maximize the hormonal benefit, you must consume it alongside fat. Drinking fat-free fortified milk or juice often results in poor absorption. If you choose fortified beverages, ensure they are consumed with healthy fats, perhaps alongside those egg yolks or a piece of avocado, to drastically improve uptake. Correcting a vitamin D deficiency is one of the quickest ways to see positive impact on T levels. This nutrient is a daily requirement. Food 9. The energy and blood flow booster, pomegranates. Our 9th food is the pomegranate. While known for heart health, its mechanism of action is incredibly relevant to hormonal delivery. Pomegranates are rich in antioxidants and compounds that boost nitric oxide (NO) production. Nitric oxide is the molecule that signals blood vessels to relax and expand. This improved blood flow is vital because hormone production requires optimal supply. If your circulatory system is sluggish, the precursors for testosterone might not reach the testes efficiently, and the finished hormone might not be delivered to target tissues like muscle effectively. Pomegranates enhance the delivery system. Why is simply having enough T not enough if the delivery system is failing? Because T can only work where it can bind to a receptor, and poor blood flow limits delivery. Studies show that consistent consumption of pomegranate juice or seeds improves vitality, mood, and potentially contributes to better hormonal balance, largely through improved circulation and reduced cellular stress. Food 10. The metabolism switch, berries. Our final essential food category is berries, specifically blueberries and blackberries. These are critical because they manage the overarching hormonal environment by stabilizing your metabolism. The single biggest internal T killer for aging men is insulin resistance, which drives metabolic syndrome. When your cells resist insulin, it triggers chronic inflammation and promotes fat storage. Critically, visceral fat, the deep belly fat, is highly active in producing that T-stealing aromatase enzyme we discussed. Berries have a low glycemic impact and are rich in polyphenols that are highly effective at improving insulin sensitivity. They help cells respond better to insulin, which naturally reduces inflammation and interrupts the fat storage cycle. How do these simple fruits fight the deep belly fat that produces the T-killing enzyme? By improving the signaling pathways that dictate whether your body stores or burns fuel. When metabolic health improves, your body shifts away from the catabolic state and moves toward the anabolic, building state required for optimal T production. Berries are the ultimate supporting food. They make the other 9 foods work better by cleaning up the overall metabolic landscape. We have covered the 10 foods: spinach, magnesium, oysters, zinc, fatty fish, omega-3s, garlic, cortisol control, broccoli, I3C, egg yolks, cholesterol, Brazil nuts, selenium, fortified foods, vitamin D, pomegranates, blood flow, and berries, metabolic control. But knowing these 10 foods is only half of the strategy. You must know how to maximize their effect, because just adding them to a bad routine won't work optimally. Common objections and adaptation. First, many men rely heavily on steak and meat. While protein is essential, reliance solely on large amounts of red meat without counterbalancing nutrients, like the I3C in broccoli, can increase oxidative stress, potentially harming the T-producing Leydig cells. The goal is nutrient balance, not protein excess. Second, if you are over 60, you may have reduced stomach acid, interfering with mineral absorption, particularly zinc and magnesium. If you eat the greens and seeds but feel no benefit, try consuming them with a fermented food or a splash of lemon juice to naturally increase acidity and optimize mineral extraction. Third, the effect is cumulative. You must maintain consistency. These foods are the daily fuel for your hormonal engine, not an occasional repair kit. The 4x multiplier. Now, let's reveal the one lifestyle adjustment that multiplies the power of these 10 foods by 4 times. You can follow the perfect diet, but if you do not send the body the demand signal for testosterone, production will remain sluggish. That multiplier is resistance training. It does not require massive weights or complicated routines. It means consistently challenging your muscles 3 times a week. When you create micro-damage in muscle tissue, your body rushes to repair it. This repair process requires significant testosterone. This physical signal, the stress of resistance, is the single most potent natural trigger for the brain to tell the testes, we need more T immediately for repair. The food provides the fuel and clears the path. The resistance training provides the essential, undeniable reason to produce the hormone. For men determined to age powerfully, it's not about fighting age, it's about providing superior instruction and superior fuel. These 10 foods are your blueprint. If you found the mechanics and science of this plan useful, hit the like button on this video right now. That simple action helps this crucial evidence-based content reach other men who need it. And if you want continuous, actionable, science-backed guidance on better performance and longevity, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell. Start with just one food today. Don't worry about changing everything. Just add those 2 Brazil nuts or that crucial serving of broccoli, and begin sending your body the signal that it is time to build, not break down.